the foothills of the Alps on the shores of Lake Geneva. History will be made this weekend at one of Major Championship golf's most spectacular speed. But plenty of star quality lurk, waiting for a major breakthrough. Maybe this will be the week for world number 2 Gino Titicum. So many other potential challengers for the trophy. Aussie Grace Kim starts the weekend in second place. Maya Saigo, a major winner this year. There's the now 3-time major champion, Minji Lee. Perfectly poised in this stunning setting for day 3 of the Amundi Evian Championship. Bonjour once more. Good morning. Round 3 underway in Evian. This is continental Europe's only major. And as on the previous 2 days, we have been blessed with gorgeous sunny conditions. Major Championship Golf's annual pilgrimage to this stunning location in the spa town of Evian-les-Bains in the Haute-Savoie region, set between the Alps and Lake Geneva. Sunshine all the way on Saturday. 25 players starting the day within 6 shots off the lead. The leaders head out in the next 45 minutes. The best round of the day by 2 shots, which is why she leads at 10 under par. Andrea Lee, twice a Solheim Cup player, in that share of 4th at 7 under par. It's a lovely mix, isn't it? Major champions inside the top 20. Nelly Korda, the world number 1, is right there, as is the world number 1 amateur. And you can see some scores already on the board. Ina Yoon, the big hitting Korean. Kara Gaynor, winner the opening event of the season, have both picked up a shot, and maybe Minji Lee might be doing the same here at the first.
Well, what a stunning turnaround she had to her round yesterday. Got off to a really tough start, but pulled it back amazingly.
Yeah, Minji Lee finished birdie yesterday, started birdie today, so that's 3 in a row.
On that, but I think that's the perfect way to start, obviously.
And we should also say, point in the bag for Lottie Woad. She's now on 19 lead points after making the cut. She's now tied for 7th as well, 4 off the lead.
Here's Nelly Korda for a birdie at the second. Nelly's going to start the day with 2 pars. They've set the golf course up today for scoring. We've got 5 go in the final group at 10:42 local time here. Back out to the second. And I tell you what a fight back by Minji Lee yesterday. Missed the green here at the second. This for par, but it looked like in the early stages of her round yesterday that she was playing herself right out of the championship. But battled back to get into the house with a round of level par.
Such a confident looking putt there.
She was 5 over through 6 holes yesterday.
No, it's not. As you stand on this tee, obviously you have the nerves of it being the first hole of a major championship. But when you combine that with out of bounds down the left of that cart path, the tendency is to want to bail out to the right, but you've got rough, a bunker and some trees in the way. There is a bunker that you can run through on the left too for the longer players, so they do have to be aware of that. Fairways are running out now as the week has dried out. Hole location today on that top right corner of the green. Everything wants to kick down to the left, so it's really hard to get it to stick up there if you're anywhere but perfect in the fairway.
Next on the tee from Thailand, Gino Titicum.
I think, Karen, this is the player that looms on the leaderboard right now, trying to win that major championship. We know her game is good enough. She's the world number 2.
It is. I think she's put a lot of pressure on herself to go ahead and to get a major victory. Hasn't played particularly well in the majors this year. But it's not like she hasn't been playing well in general. Just so consistently good week in, week out.
Led at the halfway stage of the KPMG Women's PGA, but fell away over the next 2 days. 5 for second there.
Just growing in confidence, isn't she? That's making a big difference.
Back to the first, the DT Ashocks missed the green with her second shot. Gino hoping for something a little better. Down in Maguire territory.
That's an 8 iron. That's even further away.
By the way, Maguire made her par, but Gabby Ruffles and Emily Pedersen both made bogey in that previous group. Three start for Minjee Lee, just what she was looking for, particularly after the way she began round 2. Just a hybrid off the tee.
Yeah, no reason to take a driver. You're just trying to put it into a position, just sort of short and right of a bunker that sits down there on the right side of the fairway.
Yeah, what a 3-ball. Minjee Lee, 3-time major champion, Nelly Calder, and the lady in the corner there in the blue, Nastasia Nadeau. When she found out yesterday who she was playing with, her first response was, "That's insane." Then she said she couldn't wait because she was playing with 2 bosses, is how she called it. And she settled well, hasn't she, you know? Nastasia Nadeau, that's in the bunker from Nelly. Karen, just explain the difficulty of this for Nelly Calder.
So you've got ball below your feet, you've got some thick grass, and everything's going to kick to the right towards the lake and the water. But
2. This is up at the 3rd. Minjee Lee with a 3-3 start. This for another one. She says with that broom handle putter, it's those long putts that are toughest.
her ball strike is normally pretty good. She doesn't have them that often, but we saw that yesterday. That's how she ended up.
Next on the tee, from Australia, Grace Kim.
Winner of the Amundi Championship in 2023, had a couple of chances to win last year, but really struggled on the final day. Maybe nerves got the better of her, wasn't trusting her game. But we know she has the game to win. This is a big weekend for her.
Sounds like they're just trying to kind of cover that front middle section, picked out a person behind in the orange. I think they could almost push it a little further right and just go for that kind of front right pocket. I know how tricky that putt from the lower edge is.
Came out of her shell a little bit. You can see her having more fun with a partner.
Chance to settle down some early nerves. Roll this one in, Grace Kim.
Always nice to see a putt like this drop. The start of the day, major weekends. Should move it a touch left to right. Keep those hands soft.
So we're going to go over to the hole behind that. This is the fifth, par 3, playing 186 yards today. Players will play over this water feature, but it's not particularly in play today where the flag is at the very back of the green. It's on a little tier up towards the back. Another long undulating green that these players have to negotiate. Do not want any part of those left bunkers, make for a much more difficult up and down.
Yeah, you can't help but stare at the views. Lovely, picturesque spot, this par 3 fifth. A hole that's changed much since the days when you were playing here, Karen.
Yeah, it was a par 4. You used to have to walk a long way back to get to the tee. No, the water wasn't there the way it is now. There's always a birdie opportunity now, I think, with it being a really sort of tough par 3. Players have to work really hard.
I heard you try and slip up earlier too. Hey, Jin right now has got 128 yards. It's an uphill wedge shot, so she's gonna try and have to take a little bit more club to get the ball back there. Great shot.
Yeah, if you give it, you've got to take it. Fair play to Jess. And nicely played from Hye Jin Choi. Now this definitely is Nelly, and this is a par putt. Important.
Well, that was good because it means that it kind of keeps that round going.
I think I'll get banned if I complete that.
Oh, you disappointed me, Ali.
I'll give you one oi. We're thinking 230 down here to keep it short of those right-hand bunkers. It should take the camber nicely.
Got to have a bit of attitude.
Well, she's a player who knows what she wants, isn't she?
It's Nelly's tee shot at 6. Doesn't like it. Where's that going? Sends them running for cover.
Ooh, at least it got away from that little bush.
No, don't pick it up.
No, not again.
Do not pick it up.
That's happened before here, Nelly's golf ball.
This is Nelly pitching out here.
Yeah, you really don't see that too much. Normally players can advance the ball forward.
Now Nelly's third. Obviously no issue with that ball being picked up, put back in the spot as close to where they thought the ball was. And gonna leave her a tricky one there, Karen, for par.
Yeah, leaving it out to the right. She's going to have to putt down into the bowl. But she knew it as soon as she made contact that it wasn't what she wanted.
Third fairway. Yeah, clicking the fingers, she knew. Maybe a touch thin there, Karen? 10 under par, leading the way overnight. That's still the case, but So-Mi Lee has company from the 24-year-old from Sydney in Australia, Grace Kim.
Pretty embedded lie almost. There's so much grass around this. We'll go high. That's a 9 out of 10 from that lie.
Now Minjee Lee over at number 6. Asking for it to go, and Minjee is only 3 behind. She is lurking. Confidence sky high after that win at PGA Frisco. Checking with Gino Titicun this for birdie. Yeah, we're talking about Minjee lurking.
Yeah, they're all
Gino there
stacking
as
up.
well. Yeah. And you've got players at the top. Obviously, they're talented players, winners on the LET and the LPGA.
You wouldn't know it from that. Finds herself now, the English player, in a share of 4th and some heady company that includes 3-time major champion Minjee Lee. Gino Titicun. Couple of birdies after that 3-putt at the first. Beautiful putt.
It does really nicely. Uphill. Nice. Easy par.
Grace Kim. Maybe a reaction, Karen, to what she saw from Somi Lee?
Oh, I would think so. You just have to be so cautious of that false front. Make sure you're past it and a little left of it.
Here's the birdie putt for Cara Gaynor to continue this really good round, get to 4 under for the day. And now just 2 back of the lead. This is some stories so far, making the move for Somi Lee. Let's go to the tee at the 5th.
Yeah, Cassandra Alexander, 6th on the Ladies European Tour rankings. Cara Gaynor alongside her, 4th on the order of merit.
179 pin. Sounded clean. Ooh. There is a little bit of wind off their left, but I don't know how much that affected it versus herself.
Minji Lee on the green in 2 at this par 5 7th.
He's been making some good putts today. Looks very confident with the putter.
The transformation with that broom handle has been extraordinary.
It has, and it can feel very strange changing to it. So for her to really kind of settle in and get comfortable with it so quickly is quite remarkable.
Over on the green at number 4, Grace Kim with a good look at birdie.
It's a clever play. I think long of this flag, left this flag is all good. Somi Lee, as we know, a little less so. Touch of a glancing blow. This is a tricky read. That's why she's bringing Drew, brother of Austin Ernst, in. It's going to do a little bit of both, not dissimilar to the one that she had, albeit slightly flatter on the second hole. That was downhill. She managed okay there.
Oh, looks like she had the line. It's going to be a 4.
That's 7 under par, 1 behind the South African Cassandra Alexander.
Yeah, easy cleanup for her. Great up and down. That one could have really gotten away from her if she wanted to.
Let's go, Cass.
And one of those players in that group at 7 under par, Minji Lee. Oh, this on a really good line.
It is. You could tell she liked it. It was really controlled swing. Wasn't a full-on.
Grace Kim's tee shot on its way at 5.
Little 5-iron, touch right.
Safe enough. In a very popular spot, that.
Yeah, exactly where we saw Gino
Yeah.
putting from,
We go back to the tee at 5.
with the co-leader.
Playing 188. I'm going to say the wind's hurting a touch. It's 9 o'clock to where the players are, so straight off their left, but you've got to hit through it. This is also a 5-iron, which surprises me. Thought Lee might take 4. After watching Grace Kim, this is way right.
Nice. She has some sneaky length to her, Ali.
Yeah, interesting. It just kept on going, didn't it?
Yep.
I think, Karen, I was hearing you commentating at the Down, said you felt maybe pound for pound
Yeah,
she might be the biggest hitter on tour.
I think so. I mean, there's nothing off her.
Pretty blocked out over there.
The key here, Jess, is not compounding the errors, right? Make sure you give yourself a putt for par.
She's a good putter of the ball. You know, she knows where to place these golf balls, so I'm sure she's thought everything through. Bunker.
Yeah, came out left of where she was looking. I think got away with it to get into that bunker.
5.
Birdie putt, head of Grace Kim. We'll move left in the beginning, then to the right, up the knoll there.
Yeah, we saw Gino Titican hit a putt from down there.
Back well inside the top 25 at the moment, which would get her LPGA Tour card.
Looked It's on a decent line towards that bunker.
Oh, we've seen that be a really tough spot this week already, Richard.
A little more green to work with today, but
Yes.
still.
Given the drain to her right is the low point.
That's how Hedgen missed it on the right side just a moment ago.
But wrong. There were no rookie winners on the LPGA Tour last year, but she did win, even though she's a rookie this year. But she won as a non-member in her homeland of Japan. Gino next. Hers is a birdie putt.
Just quick, barely getting that started. Oh, and she had the line. I mean, you're putting down these ridges. It's just hard to give it too much. You don't want to be left with that 4 or 5 footer coming back.
Gino looking to try and cross the major barrier. Second major in a row where she is in the thick of it.
At the 16th, this is a player with the best round of the day, Yuri Yoshida. 6 under today.
And just birdie last 2 in a row as well. No bogeys on the card today. Setting herself up nicely for 3 in a row.
Minjee Lee trying to end the front 9 with the 3rd birdie of the day. Excellent up and down. So she moves to 8 under.
Tough lie.
Gabby Ruffles for birdie at the par 3 8th.
Quick putt towards the lake.
And in.
Wow, she gave that a lot. That was going to keep going, I think.
Nearly spot on that from Choi, who's 1 over par for the day off the first page of that leaderboard. Yuri Yoshida, great chance to make it 3 birdies in a row for a player making her Evian debut here this week.
With Nelly nearby, Minjee at the 10th. But not nearby on the scoreboard. Nelly just made double bogey at the 9th to fall back to 2 under. Minjee, meanwhile, will have that to get to 9 under.
Final 3 ball on the fairway, just off it, as Grace Kim is concerned at 7.
213 to the pin, 195 to the front, little hybrid. Headed left.
The bunker's been a popular spot the last few groups.
Last few days, even.
As you would think. But definitely a player like Aditi. Rio being such a rookie on tour. Not sure if she knows the putting prowess of Aditi just yet, but she is one that I would watch.
Rio's one to watch as well. And,
maybe
there's
they're
what you said.
overcompensated from watching Aditi's putt. Gave it a little bit extra, and it didn't work out very well for her.
Take a look at the Louise Suggs Rolex Rookie of the Year, named for the great LPGA founder.
Out of the rough in the build-up to this.
A little more incentive to keep it in the fairway.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this was a moment ago trying to bounce back from just a crippling 7 at the 9th hole. Began the day 5 under, and now 9 adrift of the lead. Takeda, the comebacker for par.
Yeah, straight up the hill and firm here.
Back at the 8th, Gino missed the green to the right, pitched to here, and a dropped shot.
Grace Kim splashing out.
Players are not quite taking advantage of this par 5. It is there for the taking.
So Somi's got a par putt at the 7th. Here's Minjee to get to 9 under. She's had some chances to go even lower today.
Yeah, I mean, I think back to where she was about this.
I thought if you'd asked me earlier today about if I thought a right miss would be better, but I do now after watching that. Little left to right.
Anyone, but that's not going to be added here. Penalty shot with her second here, Lottie Woad. So that's she had a bogey sixer on day one to finish. Here, Somi Lee started the weekend 10 under par. She was 9 under on the par fives.
That's not bad. Out of how many chances? Shouldn't move too much, surprisingly so, from her position here.
But that is a 6. So the lead is...
I feel like she could be a little more aggressive through the stroke.
It's worked.
Didn't have the best sound to it right there, this tee shot, but right down the center.
Better that it looks better than sounds better.
I'd say 2-3 feet past, it will keep on going. It's got that kind of feel to it. So need to be a touch defensive here.
Yeah, I'd imagine that Grace continues to gain experience, putting herself in these positions in major championships. Certainly was in contention on the weekend just a few weeks ago in Frisco at the KPMG Women's PGA, where, of course, Minjee Lee was victorious.
And it was around this part of the course yesterday where she was fighting back, and the fight back continues from level par through the first half a dozen holes yesterday for the tournament to now sitting at 9 under and just 1 shot back.
And win this 4th major championship of the season. As you said, Morgan, it's out there.
We've seen it year after year. Somebody takes it deep.
At the 12th, Minjee Lee's second.
Oh, getting rejected from that slope, Grant. Is this going to stay on the green?
How close was that to being good?
About a yard. Carried a yard further. It would have kicked a little bit forward and left.
Look at this guy's reaction.
Yeah, he's been there every day. He's got...
Is that the same shirt?
Double crosswind both approaches on par 5s, the one on 7 as well.
Well, not an easy putt, but should it drop, Minjee Lee will tie the lead.
Just in the fringe, so just make sure it rolls properly in that first 5 feet. Severely up the hill here. Could push a touch to the right off of where she is, but then everything else will want to take it left.
She's trying to come from 10 behind and win Evian for a second time.
You said it yesterday. It was a good spot for her to be in.
Got him right where she wants him.
Yeah, she was 7 back, wasn't she, going into the last round?
Tied
she
an
won
all-time
here,
LPGA record with that one. Back at the 9th.
Grace Kim from the sand.
Hanging lie, a lot of sand, slightly downhill, and what's ahead of her here? Anything over the ridge is all she's thinking about.
Yeah, I just chunked it.
Kim for her par as well.
I know we said she has yet to hoist a major trophy. Kind of has the feeling, though, that her victory at CME last year kind of felt like one. And
monetarily,
$4 million on the line. Just about as calm and collected as she could possibly be down the stretch. Nerves of absolute steel. That was certainly aggressive right there.
And Minjee Lee at that 13th has this to tie the lead.
Just cozy this one up there. If it goes in, it's a bonus. Look at how much break she's playing on this one. Now has left herself a little bit of...
Round of the week by a couple. And now Minjee, for her par to stay, 1 back. This is so Minjee, isn't it? What we've seen the last couple of days. Fighting back, hanging in. It's the reason why she's won 3 different major championships. This was the first of the 3 back in 2021 when she came from way back. Now she's 1 off the lead. As the leaders have made it to the back 9 at the Amundi Evian Championship. There is Nastasia Nadeau, and on a sponsor invite, and making the most of the opportunity. About 80 miles away, Chambéry. You really can't count these players completely out of it yet, can you? Leona shot 61 on Sunday back in 2021.
We've seen some crazy things happen here over the year. So we've already seen that 63 today, certainly from Yuri Yoshida. But you're starting to get to this point where, maybe a little bit too far back.
Large bucket. Couldn't get any closer than that.
So she'll stay 7 under, it would appear, and we go to the 14th and Minjee Lee.
Location only 5 paces off the right today, so most will play it safe and left. Had a little bit too safe right there.
Not been the moving day that Nelly Corda was hoping for. In fact, she's moved in the wrong direction back at even par. 5 over for her round. Chance to move back into red figure. Surprised?
Will make getting to that back hole location easier.
All right, the birdie attempt from off the green for Minjee at 14.
Similar to the putt she had on the previous hole. Almost the same amount of break. Look at this.
Oh, a better result, and that would have tied the lead.
That had from her more of a cut shot.
Nelly for birdie at 14. Fall, and won again early this year as a rookie.
3 tee shots closely bunched together there at 15. Minjee Lee to hit first. Trying to chase it in.
Yeah, this could be good here, Richard. If it gets over, that's a little upslope right there. Doesn't quite creep all the way onto the green, but good leave.
To 12, and a birdie putt for Gino Titicun. Oh, yeah, she lipped out at 11. She birdied 12 now. And she is at 8 under par.
Gino Titicun, birdie at 12, also at 8 under.
Man, this is the hardest fairway on the golf course to hit today. This is going to miss left. Looks like it's sitting nicely, though. It's almost looks like about as good of a lie as you could find in the rough here. Not bad to the hole located on the right side of the green today.
Big time. And around this golf course, even fit. It's a tricky walk. Speaking of a few players, they said they were burning over 3,000 calories a day around here. So Jess's hot girl walk is real. This is left on left for Somi Lee.
You gotta watch out for that fence to the left. Could be up against it with no backswing.
Oh. So we'll see what her situation is first to 15.
Well, she's given herself an uphill putt, at least there, Minjee Lee. Not guaranteed the birdie. And a 3-way tie that could become 4 if this one goes below the hole. spot to be for Minjee Lee, a place that has special memories. It's where she made her professional debut.
Is that how, again, you're not getting away from this, but yes, you'd have a shot going that way? Right. Yeah. Okay. And that's fine. That's what I need to see. So we're actually going to be able to come out over this way. This is all part of the cart path obstruction because of how close all this stuff is. So we're going to move more. Where would be the closest point? For the shot that you're going to play, being a left-handed shot, our nearest point is going to be up
We
here.
can change to any shots in the new lie? Is that
Right.
Yeah.
Basically, release the shot that you're going to play, which is left-handed shot. So your nearest point at least there, club length, and then you can turn right-handed and play anything you want to play.
Okay.
First, or is it?
No, now we're just taking
club
drop.
length.
Okay. Is it left hand, right?
And then you can switch to, then you can play right-handed.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is quite the break that she is getting right here. So first off, you don't get relief from the boundary fence because it is the boundary of the course there on this 12th hole. But what they're saying is that that entire area from between the cart path
Do you want to go ahead
to
or?
the fence, they're considering to be the cart path, even though it says it here. I'm reading it in the notice to players. It is mentioned right here that that part is part of the cart path. But I'm not so sure why they have decided to call it that.
All right, Allie, huge break for Somi.
Yeah. There were a couple of puzzled faces from the other two on the fairway, and I would agree with that. They've deemed the entire strip between that cart path and the fence part of the cart path, and I find that very intriguing.
We've seen it through the years here with Minjee in recent years.
I'd say I've seen it the other way. I've seen it. I feel like I have experience having to hit it that left-handed shot where that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
Because there is about 2-3 yards there where somebody could take a stance without actually standing on the cart path, even if they're forced to play it left-handed. So just a decision by the LPGA rules team that is really working out in Somi's favor.
Grace is second.
Yeah, started straight at it from 143, just a touch short.
I mean, I should say, it is, of course, the same for anyone. Anyone who does hit it over there would get the same break. It just happened that Somi, in such a crucial moment in the championship, got the fortuitous break there. It's a questionable decision by the LPGA and LET rules team.
Minjee Lee on the tee at 16, one back.
Doesn't quite get the ridge. It's going to stay on the top there. He needed to carry that another 5 paces.
That ball on the green that you saw.
Big tier to navigate. Another one where you do have to trust gravity. We'll move a little right to left.
And at the 12th, what a turn of events this could be. Somi Lee for birdie.
Is it going to be a 3 from a 5 at best?
Well, at the 16th, Minjee Lee for birdie.
Really good speed there. That's what we saw her struggle with a little bit early in the round yesterday. Speed from long range.
Well, Cara Gaynor has this for eagle to take the lead by 2.
Just braking to her left. Keep the speed up here as it falls away.
West London at Wimbledon. Over to 17, Minji Lee.
Really covered that one nicely off that slope with the ball so far above her feet. Excellent distance control.
Nastasia Nadeau's ball in with a chance.
Blasting that one out to the right. Yeah, maybe. Might have unsettled her. 160 front, 187 to the whole location up in that back right today. Needs a little nudge.
Yeah, that's not a bad place to be beyond the hole. Oh, it didn't hold up though. With a good amount of break.
Well, two players in this group tied at 9 under, both with birdie putts to get within one of Cara Gaynor and that lead.
Not the two we were maybe thinking.
No, Nelly Corder, the odd one out in this group, yeah. No, great to hear from Cara, and it's interesting. Cassandra Alexander spent the last couple of weeks in South Africa, took a few weeks off. Cara came back and played last week in Ireland, nearly pulled out after the first round because of that wrist issue, but she took a few weeks off before that as well. And I think the fact that there are now so many events on the Ladies European Tour, and that wasn't the case maybe 5 or 6 years ago, that the players can choose to sit out a few weeks. To the top of the leaderboard, from one Australian to another. Giving this plenty of attention.
Yeah, you can't take anything for granted out here, Richard. Keep going about your routine. Keep things the same.
Okay, it's a par for Minji Lee. Neither she nor Nadeau make the most of what were good approaches there at 17. Well, it's been a strange couple of holes for So-Mi Lee.
Grace Kim hit a really nice pitch to about 3 feet from a heavy lie over the back. Right to left, up the hill.
Just the second bogey of this third round for the overnight leader.
Can pretty much just go straight up this flag.
Oh, interesting shot she played there. What was that?
I don't really want to name it, but I can guarantee you it wasn't what she wanted.
Wow. But even her swing was like a 3/4 punt shot, as if she was trying to run something up. That was a really odd. Wow.
Yeah. Made a four with the second ball, mind.
Well, this has been a familiar sight for Nelly, unfortunately, this week. Too many missed fairways and just having to punch out at the 18th. She was 5 under and 5 back when the day began.
Titican, at the age they were playing tennis, was winning events on the Ladies European Tour.
And Gino won on the Ladies European Tour before Gabby Ruffles even began playing golf.
Correct.
She would have to keep the original point, or the last point, excuse me, in between her and the hole.
Nelly's third at 18. A couple of recent birdies, but can't find the fairway, can't find the green in regulation here.
So back to 7 under par for the American.
Meanwhile, Minji Lee looming large, third at the 18th.
have to think, and up and down here, and she is just primed for another major title tomorrow. She's very much within range and looks very comfortable since, the 8th hole yesterday. Has looked great.
Leona Maguire for birdie at 16. That would have really helped Leona. And she'll stay 10 under. And now Ruffles for par. Yeah. With her third.
Non plus.
75. Over at the 18th, Minjee Lee, who again, as we said, was 10 shots off the lead midway through her second round, has this to get to 10 under. And look out for Minjee on Sunday. A chance to win the Amundi Evian Championship for a second time. She came from 7 back. On that Sunday in 2021, she's 1 back now.
Yeah, the way the leaderboard stands right now, she's the one to beat tomorrow. Certainly, Gabby may have something to say about that. Could have a strong finish here, 17 and 18, but Minjee's name as the latest major champion at this moment, the way it stands, I would say the one to beat tomorrow.
The Aussie ruled in 2021 and just 2 shots off the lead at 16, Gino Titicun.
As I was saying, that Minjee may be the one to beat. The other name that you're looking at on this leaderboard, no question, is Gino Titicun, number 2 in the world.
At the 16th, Titicun to get within 1.
There as well. Here she is for her birdie at 15.
Yeah, the Aussies are a very tight-knit crew, Richard.
Starts playing with the amateur Lottie Woad today. And both of them make birdie at the 18th. So this is how it looks. Cara Gaynor, Gabby Ruffles is 11 under. There's some young fans getting an autograph from an Amundi Evian champion. We have seen some outliers contend through the years here, but invariably it is the proven winner, the higher ranked, who gets it done, as it was the case for Minjee Lee in 2021. The lowest ranked player to win here, the only player outside the top 25, was Angela Stanford, but Angela, proven winner for 20 plus years on the LPGA Tour.
Gino Titicun, you can see all the players there at 10 under par. Titicun, we're hoping she'll step to 18 alongside them. Yeah, one of the stories coming into this week was no one's won twice this season on tour, and no one's won every major twice. But Minjee Lee might have a word to say about that.
Grace Kim. A popular spot.
I don't see a lot of movement at all.
Just about dialing in the pace, Allie, here.
Big time. You know, it's a bonus if this goes in.
I just think it's amazing that Grace has had 1 bogey around this golf course. That
she teed off again in the 3rd round, and now this to stay at -10. Got a chance.
in her bag, a lot of experience there, him being here for over 20 years.
Gino on the tee at 18. It's all about the tee shot here.
That one looks absolutely perfect, Grant. Way down there. You feel like you've got your first year, your eyes are wide, you're looking at every opportunity that you get. She played well early, got into everything essentially, so that can be exhausting. A travel is gruesome. Oh, thought she had that one right there, nearly caught that top lip, but you know, you learn to pace yourself, you learn what your body can handle, you learn how to peak.
Heading into the final round.
Gino Titicun could tie the lead here at 18, second.
Yeah, she's eyeing this. Good line.
Oh,
wow.
Thought she might take it for a second.
And the childhoods of both Cara Gaynor and Gabby Ruffles, tennis dominated. And now look at them, tied for the lead in a golf major.
Just a little bit of break to her left. I like that last long look at the hole for speed. Needs to putt like at KPMG, that round one. Not to be here. Right there now, going to be tied with Minjee. Those two names on that leaderboard.
Another Grace Kim par, not this time. It's going to be a bogey 5. Just her second dropped shot of the week. Back to 9 under she goes. I think it's a final round that's going to have them very excited.
So you're going to have, if it were to end like this, Cara Gaynor, Gabby Ruffles, and Minjee Lee in the final group. But this is Titicun, the 2-putt birdie. And there she is, Morgan, just one shot back at the moment.
As a player, but definitely so many people in the world will be looking to both Minjee Lee and Gino Titicun to get the job done tomorrow.
And like it was at the last major, Gino and Minjee contending. It was Minjee leading Gino by 4 going into Sunday at the KPMG Women's PGA Championship 3 weeks ago.
This part where it will go right.
And it's going to be a round of 1 under par 70 for Grace Kim. And she will play in that penultimate group of 3 tomorrow, along with Gino Titicun.
But don't fall in love with the line. Trying to decipher it and forget about the pace. Didn't that happen?
Well, that was an up and down to remember. And who knows, maybe what she does here tomorrow will be memorable as well. Somi Lee joins that group at 10 under, and 6 players separated by just a shot.
Best round of the week coming from Yuri Yoshida, Cara Gaynor, and Gabby Ruffles on top. But so